Hello traders, welcome to Thursday forecast. So this one is a bit later. I was really busy, so let's get on to it now. Nothing really happened. I mean, some news came out. I believe it was CPI. I don't look at any news, but we can see on the charts. We can see the candles have printed a V reversal. So prior to that we had this flat range. And now the price did push down and then pushed back up. So I am expecting a range right here in this leg. That is a common pattern where we get a V reversal, then we get a range in this second leg, and then we push to the upside and get an uptrend. My plan here, wait for this push up and then look to buy either on a flag or some other sort of entry pattern, which is break and retest. I mean, those are the only two ones I use, a flag or a break and retest. We can also get a larger range between the low and the high. Of course, if that happens, we do have liquidity areas below and above the range. And we need to see what happens in these areas. Do we just break and retrace, or do we actually continue? If we do continue, of course, we're looking for that conviction. What is conviction? Well, conviction is 2 or 3 candles that push out of a liquidity zone with some nice large momentum. Again, this is good because the prior price action was really starting to stagnate and was really sleepy. I believe that the traders were preparing, or the market makers were preparing for the news to come out. So maybe now they have picked a direction. Maybe now they are ready to push to give us a nice uptrend or downtrend. We will see. Currently, this has potential to go up. Euro and the Japanese yen, the only pair on my radar to get in on the trade. It's looking good. What I like about it is that instead of ranging with a flat range, we had a corrective ascending structure. Right here, corrective ascending, and then we pushed up. So I am looking to buy. Usually on the euro pairs, when we get an impulse in the same direction as the ascending, it tends to work out. So I am looking for a flag entry here, or I am looking also for a break and retest. A bit of a warning sign is here on the top. We have these 3, we have the first candle, then the second candle broke, left the wick. Another one broke, left the wick, so kind of a loss of momentum. I would take a flag here, but it needs to be clean. The best thing is that we get a 1 candle pullback. So that we get a 1 candle pullback and that we then continue with a 1 or 2 candle push and then look for a break and retest. That would kind of be the highest probability trade at this current point. I'm also seeing if maybe we get more of a push up, look for a flag or any sort of a continuation entry. So to sum up, this is looking good and I am looking for a buy pattern. It is Thursday, and Thursdays, Fridays usually good days to take a trade. If this reverses, I will be just expecting a larger range. To be honest, there is really a lot of room between the low and the high. I believe if this just gets an aggressive retrace, I just believe we're going to be range bound for the rest of the week. But if it goes up, I am looking for a trade. So now you know what I'm looking for. Aussie US dollar was kind of the same as EU. Flat range, and now we have this V reversal. So my forecast is the same. V reversal, usually we get the range, push up, and then look to buy. If we just get the larger range, then of course be careful of the liquidity areas below and above. Same as EU. Nothing really smart I can say there. So Aussie Japanese yen was kind of correctively ascending here, so was similar to the euro and the Japanese yen. But this move is not as clean. This V reversal kind of took out most of this price action. This was a really big V reversal, created huge double wicks and then reversed to the upside. Doesn't look as good as the euro and the Japanese yen. I'm not seeing a nice momentum to the upside start to form. I'm just seeing volatility, and I'm expecting a range and then maybe a push up. Then we can look to buy. Of course, this can continue up like this. If it does continue, I will look for a nice setup, but as it stands, this is not showing me that much potential, to be honest. This V reversal usually signals to us that any setups that form here are just going to end up being a larger range. So that's about it for AJ. Then moving on to the pound. The pound is moving, but it's moving very erratically, leaving huge wicks to the upside, huge wicks to the downside, again huge wicks, double wicks even, so that's even worse. I just want to see this clean up. Let's check the volatility. So I believe it's very volatile now. It is kind of volatile, so definitely I'm seeing volatility. And I am waiting for maybe for this pound to clean up with a nice uptrend, and then I would look for a break and retest the trade. So to the upside, to the downside, if it shoots down, then it would kind of give me a V reversal. In that case, I'm being more patient. I'm waiting for a range to play out, and I'm looking for a flag to go to the downside. So let's see if that sort of a scenario will happen. Or actually, I'm not looking for a flag. I'm looking for a break and retest, something like this. So a V, then a range to play out, push down, and then a break and retest in this area. Flags don't really work out in this pair unless they are really wide. So wide flags, for example, this was a wider flag, so it would still not fit my plan because I saw kind of a momentum shift here, but it is an example of a wide flag, and in the end it did work out. So yeah, that's kind of an example, but for me just there was this momentum shift, which I did not really like. And I'm not really that comfortable taking flags. The only setups I'm comfortable taking on the pound are break and retest, like this. Then for the final pair, which is another Japanese pair, New Zealand Japanese yen, prior price action was really range bound. We had this, as I talked about, really clean descending structure going into an ascending, which signaled to us a larger range on this bigger scale. So a range into a range signals a range, signals another range. Yeah. And descending into an ascending signals more range-bound price action. But we actually got a V reversal. It looks the same as on the Aussie and the Japanese yen, and that means it doesn't look that good. So what I'm expecting is I'm expecting a range, push up, and then look to buy. If a setup forms right here, something like this, I would be very hesitant to take it. I would not take a flag here. I would much rather wait for it to push up a bit more and then look for a setup. Any setups that form right here are kind of expected to turn out into a larger range. As I said, because when we see a V, we usually get a range. So that's your warning sign. If you're looking for a setup at this point in this leg, just know that most of the time this gives a larger range. So that's about it for NJ. I'm looking for the range push up, or I'm looking for a large impulse up from here to kind of move away from this V reversal. Of course, I don't believe it will shoot down straight away. I believe if it goes down, it will give us a range between the low and the high. So we will see next week. For this week, for tomorrow, look for it to push up. That's it, and I will see you guys in the next video. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Euro Japanese yen. Put it on your watch list. See if it starts trending up a bit more. If we get some nice clean closes work very good. Remember that aggressive retraces also work good on the Euro Japanese yen. The price can retrace 20, 30, maybe even 40 pips, tag you in and go. That's a pair characteristics. So be prepared for EJ. Again, don't take anything that doesn't fit your plan. Don't get FOMO, but definitely keep an eye on it for a high probability setup to form. That's it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.